last chapter ended with Okarun wondering why he possessed extraordinary athleticism even though he no longer had Turbo Granny's curse. Will the next chapter explain why his body became like this? Or perhaps we'll finally get an answer about what was peeking at him and Momo when they were still in the library. Let's get started. We continue the story in chapter 168 titled There's Someone Here, where Momo is thinking about how to get to the bookshelves from the table. She tried to use her power, and to her joy and surprise, she could still use it, and not only that, but she could use it at its normal size. She held onto the bookshelves and started swinging from shelves to shelves like Spider-Man, and she happily did this. After swinging, she landed on the floor and decided to look for the old man she saw earlier, and started shouting for him to come out. She looked through the gaps between the arranged books, and even played with the dust like soccer balls. Next, she watched a simple fish swimming in an aquarium, but from her perspective, it was a giant creature. She commented that she couldn't find that old man no matter where she looked, so she thought maybe she just imagined it earlier. While she was walking around, someone suddenly opened the library door, making her turn to look. A creepy face of a woman who looked like the model from the formerly popular Momo app peeked through the gap of the door, and she was holding a blade. Confusion was visible on Momo's face when she saw this, and this woman started roaming around the library. An eerie aura surrounded the area as she moved around, and she thoroughly searched the library and even looked under the tables in the area. She suddenly heard a rustling sound at the other end of the shelf beside her, and it turned out Momo was hiding there. Momo carefully listened to the creepy woman's movements, and she slowly crawled towards her. She called her name in a way that seemed she was really hunting for her, which worried Momo and made her wonder who this woman was. It was clear that she was looking for her, and also knew that she had become small. Momo thought of a distraction, and using her powers, she dropped the books that were above the woman, causing them to fall on her head. Because of this, the woman turned to look at the books, and quickly tried to push the other books on the shelves to find who was responsible for that. Momo hurriedly ran from her hiding place, but unfortunately, a book fell on her here and trapped her. The woman started shouting in excitement because she thought she would catch Momo now, and told her to yield to her. When she peeked from the bookshelf, she saw a book on the floor moving, which immediately caught her attention. Momo struggled while being pinned down by this book, and the woman slowly approached her while asking if she was hiding under that book. The school bell suddenly rang, which startled the woman, and she quickly reached for the moving book on the floor. However, when she lifted it, she didn't find Momo underneath, so she started rummaging through the books on the floor. Because she failed and class was starting again, she just left the books scattered and quickly ran out of the library. On top of the shelf near the scattered books, it turned out that Momo had managed to get there using her powers. Worry was visible on Momo's face because of what happened, and while looking at the scattered books, she greatly wondered who that woman was earlier. And there you have it. We're thinking the same thing as Momo. Who exactly was that creepy woman chasing her, and how did she know that she had become small? First, a small old guy, and now a creepy woman has appeared in this story, so the mysteries we're anticipating have grown even more.